Hey guys, I'm so excited that you guys are back with me for another segment. I'm your host, Sandy White of Simply Fit, and your number one health and wellness cheerleader. And guys, as usual, I got a powerhouse on for you, Rochelle Marie Lawson. And before I introduce her and tell you about, she's got a lot, guys. She's got a lot, and I only picked two of the things because y'all know we got a short segment. But she's gonna give you how you guys can reach her and y'all, I'm telling you, when I say powerhouse, powerhouse. But before we get into it, I do want to thank WYTV7.org for allowing us to be on their platform for a third season. Guys, we're on the mission to save 1 million lives by encouraging individuals to live a simply fit life through health and nutrition so that they're able to overcome suicide and depression. And without your help and their platform, we could not make this happen. So thank you to all of our viewers and thank you to WYTV7.org. Now, guys, let me get into all of this juiciness with Miss Rochelle. She is the queen of feeling fabulous. And when she says feeling fabulous, wait till you hear what she got for you. She's the president of Blissful Living for You, which was founded to bring holistic wellness, wisdom, wealth into the lives of individuals seeking a natural flat path to abundance, health, happiness, peace, prosperity, joy, success, and wealth, and which she's been able to do for well over 25 years. And she's the author of four best-selling books, including the one she's going to talk to you guys about, Intro to Holistic Health, your Vita style. She'll correct me on that one. I'm sure I botched that up. So we're going to talk about just two of the things that she is a powerhouse in, and that's going to be wellness and wisdom. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Rochelle. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm fabulous.
Outstanding. We're not going to talk about the book just yet. We want to talk about this a little later, but tell them how to enunciate it because I know I botched that up.
It's Ayurveda. Ayurveda.
Ayurveda. All right. When I saw that, I was like, I knew nothing about it. Yes, new information for me. All right, so let's tell everybody how you got into this because I got a bunch of questions, and girl, I know you're gonna hook us up. So, how did you get into wanting to just help? Is it just women, or is it just individuals that want to have a better path in their life?
It's individuals, but my focus is on women. So how I got into holistic health Ayurveda, I'm a registered nurse going on my 31st year being a registered nurse, background emergency room, trauma medicine, and flight nursing. And so I've always been compassionate about helping individuals and to educate them about how they can take care of their health and well-being, particularly people of color, because we seem to be one of the races of people that our health is not as I should say is not neglected, but we're not as versed with regards to what's available for us to keep us healthy and well. So I'm focused on that and have always been a pro advocate of holistic health and wellness, because you can be holistically healthy and well. God created all this stuff on earth for us in thousands of years ago. This is exactly what they utilized, what we had here on earth. And then lo and behold, as we transition into the new technological age, pharmaceutical companies have discovered that they can extract some of the medicine, natural medicine out of the herbs and stuff that we have available for us to utilize and create pharmaceutical products for them to help us, with our health and well-being as well. So I've been doing it for a long time. I have my own 17-year journey on this path to discovering how holistic health and wellness can really, really elevate and amplify, beautify one of the most important aspects of our life, or the greatest aspect, piece of wealth that we have, which is our wellness. Gosh, I'm stumbling over the word.
So, you touched on two things that I want to jump into that's going to go into the first question. So one, you have a nursing background, and two, you are familiar with folks, as you mentioned, the pharmaceutical companies are extracting the herbs and things that God has already made natural, and they're putting it into the medicine. But not all medication is, in my opinion, none of it is good. It has its place because our bodies don't properly break that foreign substance down. So explain to the audience what detoxification, the science behind it, and how it's linked to having you to look and feel, have a longer longevity in your life, and as well as helping your life to be more beautiful.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I would love to. So again, because of pharmaceutical companies and all the pollutions and toxins that we have around us that we don't even know invades our body, we need to have a process of detoxification, natural, holistic detoxification, not some of this crazy stuff that we hear about. And so detoxification is a key to longevity. And there are medical studies and research that has been conducted with regards to detoxifying the body and how it helps at the cellular level, which is the foundation of all our health and well-being, how it helps at the cellular level within the cell itself, the mitochondria, to be able to function more optimally after a detoxification. Now, there are 3 specific types of detoxifications that I'm aware of, but all of the stuff out there fall into one of these categories. One is like a juice cleanse. Another one is a complete detoxification where you're cleansing mind, body, and spirit. And then another one is same complete detoxification, but it goes a little bit deeper into the cellular, more deeper into the cellular level of the body, and it's a longer process. So definitely detoxification helps us to naturally get things out of our body. Our livers are the organ that metabolizes everything that we take into our bodies. So a nice, good, wholesome detoxification that will help the liver to rest and get rid of some of its toxins that it builds up for all the stuff that we take in actually does do a body good. And within all of that, when you have a body that's functioning optimally at the cellular level, then you gain longevity, radiance, better improvement in your health and well-being and how you look, feel in the things that you do and how your body functions. So detoxification definitely is a key to longevity.
So let me ask you this. So the simple steps for well-being, will they play into the detoxification or into?
Yeah. So detoxification is one of the steps I highly recommend. And based on anybody that does anything with me with regards to our health and well-being, we start there first, because you can't build a good foundation if you're building it on a bunch of stuff, a bunch of sludge or a bunch of toxins. You've got to strip away and get rid of some of that toxic material within your mind and your body, so that you can gradually build and sustain health and well-being in a natural, holistic manner that's not polluted by toxins that you didn't get rid of in the first place. You're not going to get rid of all the toxins in your body. That's actually impossible to do. But the more you can get rid of and the more you can shed from different areas within your mind and your body, the better it is for you. The more it opens things up to flow harmoniously within your body, and the processes of your body actually function much better, particularly our liver, because our liver often gets missed, not even mentioned in a lot of topics when it comes to our health. It's always our brain, our heart, our respiratory system, but our liver, if your liver starts to crump, the rest of your body's going to crump real quick as well. So very, very important that we remove the toxic material, or as much of it as possible first, so that we can start opening up the gateway for opportunity for restoration of our health and well-being.
Cool. So guys, so when she gives you her contact information, and I know a lot of y'all are like, I got toxins in me and I want to know how to do it safely, make sure you make an appointment with her. But the next question that we get a lot of people have food cravings. So if you can briefly go over a couple steps on how they can conquer food cravings, and then you mentioned how you can totally eliminate them. And I know you can't like do all of them like full blown because we don't have a long segment, but if you can kind of like do like the surface level of it, that'll kind of get some folks some ideas, because a lot of folks don't realize that when they have cravings, that's your body saying I'm missing nutrients and I ain't functioning well. Like you wouldn't give your car a banana or the wrong fuel. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? So help them out a little bit.
Okay, so food cravings. Here's something you all should know. I am a sugar addict. I've been addicted to sugar since I was a little kid, going to the candy house in my neighborhood, so to speak, back in the day where I grew up. And so I love sweets. I love cakes, pies, cookies, candy, you name it. I love sweet stuff. And I know I've had a problem with this. I know I have a problem with this. So one of the first things that you can do, it's easy to say, oh, just don't eat it. That doesn't happen. It's like with any addiction, because we're all, believe it or not, addicted to sugar. We can't help but be addicted to sugar. It's in everything that we have, right? Everything that we take in is sugar, is some form of sugar is in it. So we can't help but be addicted to it. You're not going to eliminate it completely, but you can gain control of it. First is you have to start with the detoxification. Detoxify. And as you're doing the detoxification process, you are negating the crave for the craving, so to speak, whatever that may be. So mine is sugar, somebody else's might be, alcohol, somebody else's might be steak, whatever it is. As you begin the detoxification process, you're negating that which you are craving. And the more you negate it, particularly the first, second day in the detoxification process, the more you're going to want and crave, you're going to crave it. The thing is, you can't ignore the craving because it's only going to be there for a moment. And this is key. Acknowledge, yeah, I want that 5 cookies. I want that whole row of Oreo cookies. I acknowledge it. But on the other end, my mind is saying, but you're doing this detoxification to clean stuff out. So the stronger pull for me is, why do the detoxification if I'm just going to dip and dab into the cookies, right? So it just corrects my mind behavior. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay the course and I'm going to stick with my detoxification. I acknowledge I want the cookies, but I'm sticking with my detoxification process. And whatever process you are, I'm going to say, if it's a juice cleanse, just go ahead and take another sip of your juice, your smoothie, or, drink an 8-ounce glass of water. Another thing is, if you're craving sweets or some kind of particular food, a lot of times craving is because we're either stressed, we want to mind numb ourselves, we are having some emotional things going on. I know some people who don't eat when they get emotionally and stressed and overwhelmed. And I know some people who go to town when they get stressed and emotionally overwhelmed. So you can't ignore that. The first thing you do is when you're feeling, the second thing or another tip you can do when you're feeling that craving come on is go ahead, particularly if it has something to do with eating. Now, sex, I can't help you with that one, but if it's something to do with eating, you can drink an 8-ounce glass of water. You can put lemon in it. You can put orange in it. You can put grapefruit, any kind of citrus, lime. Drink that 8-ounce glass of water. For one, it'll distract your mind from the craving that you're seeking. 2, it'll satisfy that feeling that you need to eat something within your body because your stomach is getting full, even though it's with water. And 3, it will help facilitate the kidneys function, kidneys detoxifying themselves by allowing more liquid hydration to come into the system, thus helping the kidneys to filter our urine in its role within our detoxification processes. So drinking an 8-ounce glass of water will deter it. If I can't stress enough, the biggest thing is not to ignore the craving, because if you ignore it, it's going to just keep getting at you and it's going to get louder and louder and louder. And that's where people succumb, because they try to ignore it and it just keeps yipping and yipping and yipping like that little dog in the neighborhood that gets louder and louder and louder. The more you tell it to shut up, it gets louder and louder and louder until you actually give into it. If you do not ignore it, drink a glass of water, go for a walk, you can distract yourself, but not ignore it and acknowledge it. It is so much easier to get through that craving than it is if you don't acknowledge it.
All right, guys, you heard from Rochelle Marie. Don't ignore your cravings. And she gave you guys some tips. We're going to come back with our second half after this quick commercial break from Dr. Greenleaf, the pelvic floor. just joining, I'm Sandy White, the host of Simply Fit, your number one health and wellness cheerleader. And we have been speaking the first half of this segment with Rochelle Marie Lawson. And we stopped off where we were talking about detoxification. And I wanted her to give you guys a couple signs or symptoms so you know when it's time for a detoxification. And then she can let you guys know about Ayurveda and the book that she has out, which is Intro to Holistic Health Ayurveda Style. How about that one? And let's move right into it. All right, Rochelle, you still on with me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So can we go over a couple more symptoms or signs that people will recognize when it's time for them to do a detoxification, and then you can move into your book and then explaining to them what Ayurveda is all about?
Sure. Okay. So a couple of things to notice with regards to that might tell you that you need a detoxification. If you're suffering from brain fog or lack of mental clarity, it's not necessarily maybe stressors that are related to you. It might be actually you need a detoxification. And there's, like I said, there's many intricacies with the various detoxifications that I offer. And I do offer detoxifications where you get to eat food that helps you to detoxify your body in a very effective manner as well. But brain fog or lack of clarity, if you are having trouble sleeping, particularly women, we tend to get to a certain age and we think that our troubles with sleeping are related to pre-menopausal or postmenopausal symptoms, and that's not necessarily true. If your body is working overtime at night to digest whatever it is that you've taken in, or to try to process and flush out some of those toxins that build up in our system over time, it may cause you to have problems sleeping. And so if you're suffering from any insomnia, or you're waking up in the middle of the night having to go to the bathroom, and not necessarily urination, but number two, or if you are experiencing temperature changes, and I want to say necessarily hot flashes, but temperature changes within the time that you're sleeping, you may want to think about taking a quiz to see if you need to be detoxifying or how toxic you are. The next thing is, I'm going to go right into our digestive system, because generally what detoxifications are is all focused on our digestive system, which is the foundation of our health and well-being. If you do not have a healthy, well, effective, efficient, optimally running digestive system, you cannot have optimal health and well-being. So you got to get that in check. And if you're suffering from any gas, bloating, digestive challenges, maybe you're constipated, or you may have the other way where you got diarrhea, or you're having problems digesting food, or you're having some stomach upset or nausea, things of that nature, you may need to do a detoxification. You may need to let your digestive system have a rest. You may need to let that digestive system, in addition to your endocrine system in your liver, to have a rest so that they can flush out some of this stuff that they build up over time. In our colon, when we go to the bathroom, people think that when they go, they get it all out, but it doesn't work like that. And if you're constipated, things get backed up and they get stuck along the walls of the colon, which creates more toxins that actually get reabsorbed into our bloodstream and recirculate into our body, throughout our body, into the cells that they were just removed from. So it's a vicious cycle. So it's very important to make sure that you keep your digestive system flowing optimally, meaning that when you put it in, whatever you take in, it's digest properly and it's not getting left over in your colon, causing a backup of issues, so to speak. So those are some of the things. There's some other things with regards to, depending on if you have different medical conditions, things that you need to be aware of that could be or could not be related to the medical condition that you have, or could be actually exacerbating the medical condition that you have because of the buildup of toxins that you might have in your mind and your body. So you can start with taking a detoxification quiz. I have one on my website. It's free. You get results, and it gives you some next steps you can take, as well as I believe you get a free gift with regards to a killer smoothie that you can make and drink, just to help you ease into doing a natural detoxification process.
So let's tell them a little bit about Ayurveda and your book.
Ayurveda is a natural holistic medical modality that originated in India somewhere between 5,000 to 7,000 years ago. It is the precursor to Chinese traditional medicine. It is the precursor to Western medicine or Greek medicine that evolved out of the Greek time period. It is the foundation of medicine. It is all about getting to the root cause of disease so that you don't have to treat the signs and the symptoms. Whereas Western medicine is all about treating the signs and symptoms, and nobody has time to get to the root cause of disease because, for one, nobody has time. Two, medicine is a huge moneymaker. And three, if you cure the root cause, you take away the patient, you take away the need for the pharmaceuticals and all the other entities that profit off of us being a sick care nation. So anyways, Ayurveda is a holistic medical modality, focuses on the mind, body, and spirit. And the belief is that when you have all three of those in balance, there is no opening, no gateway for disease or illness to come in. When any one of those areas are out of balance, you open up a portal, a gateway for dis-ease and illness to come in. And thus, beautiful. We use herbs and we use detoxification processes and we use essential oils and all kind of natural ways to heal the body that doesn't leave lingering effects. You're not taking a pill for your heart condition and it's affecting your kidneys, it's killing your kidneys, or it's toxic to your liver or things of that nature. So it's very beautiful, and it has specialties such as regular medicine, reproductive medicine, pediatric medicine, a surgical aspect, a psychiatric aspect. Has 8 different subsets, so to speak, that can take care of every illness and disease that we may have with regards to our mind, body, and spirit. Very natural, very beautiful, and you will love it. That's where the big turmeric, if you heard about turmeric, everybody's taking turmeric. The big turmeric phase or turmeric thing is coming from Ayurveda, because they know that turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory and it's so good for the body. And, you know, you can just put some turmeric in your food while you're cooking and get some natural medical healing. So all of the information you just shared about Ayurveda, is that virtual and are you doing virtual and in-house patients? And if the book, if they can't come to see you in person, does the book go through everything in detail or a little bit more? So I'm doing everything virtual. We can do everything virtual. I've been doing that for quite a few years, actually. And the book is just a little taste. It's just a little sample and a very basic, very broad introduction. It goes so much deeper. That book was constructed out of my very first podcast series that I had back in 2010. And it's just excerpts from the different conversations that were happening around Ayurveda with the guests from a 30-minute show that was once a month. So it's just a very basic little book, but it is something that you can keep in your pocketbook, your hand, because you can utilize it as a tool. There's all kind of tips and tools in there that you can pull out and utilize at a moment's notice. And it's just perfect because it's just tiny enough to fit in your purse or your backpack, your handbook, your car, whatever, to help you to step into embracing holistic medicine.
And guys, I want to let you know, having a holistic approach to the way your life is so much better, as Rochelle Marie explained to you guys, versus like if you get a headache, you go on to get the Advil or whatever, popping and stuff. Because remember, that's medicine that's not really, I don't even want to say really, it's not medicine that's designed for your body to break down. So you want to get into the habit of, as I like to say, and Rochelle's already told you guys, you're not going to be able to totally detox, and you're not going to do everything at one time. But if you can start switching out one thing at a time, I mean, to me, it's no different than eating organic. Okay, I was doing this, and it's all jacked up. Now I'm doing organic, and you do one thing at a time, and as you implement one thing, you're kicking out the bad thing, and then you're basically, when you look back and you're all done and said, majority of everything be switched over to the way your body can process food. So let me ask you this real quick, Rochelle. The 7-day detox program that you offer, do you do it based off of your client's needs, or is it a certain time? Because we're down to the last couple hours, and I want people to know how they can reach you and what you have available right now. And with everything being virtually, I don't want to assume, but I want you to tell them what they can get when they come to visit your website.
Okay, so 7-day detox is great because it is actually a detoxification program that's 7 days, but you get to eat, and it's all comprising because you have the recipes and everything, the shopping list, everything that you need to get to do 7-day detox. The food is amazing and you will not be hungry. And the good thing is you will actually be detoxifying. There's a lot of detoxification programs out there that you do not eat, or you eat a certain thing. This one, you get a lot of yummy foods that actually help your body to naturally detoxify. Also, you can go to my website, blissfulliving4u.com, and do the How Toxic Are You quiz. Take a quiz to see how toxic you are in your mind, body, spirit, and then it'll give you some next steps you can take. One might be the 7-day detox. One might be just incorporating the Kill the Belly Blast smoothie that I have. One might be, you might need a longer detoxification, or you might need a detoxification program that I have, the 7-day detox, or one of the longer ones, and consultation, or I don't want to say coaching, but guidance from me to help you be successful, whatever your goal is during that detoxification period time. So lots of good stuff there. And the other thing I want to say is you can blend Western medicine with Eastern medicine or Ayurvedic medicine if that's something you choose to do. I recommend everybody talk to their physicians first, but you can blend it just so you can start getting a taste of it and get more comfortable. And as you get more comfortable, then you have the wisdom to make a decision if you want to go all holistic or not. I've had a person that was a diabetic and started incorporating some little changes in their life. Not only did they no longer have diabetes, but they actually ended up losing 60 pounds, and it wasn't traumatizing to them because they took it in the gradual steps, as like what she was saying, until they got comfortable with it. And it didn't take a long time, but once the results started happening, it entices you to want to keep going. It's like when you go to the gym, once you start working out, you start feeling good, looking good, people start complimenting you, like, oh shoot, let me keep going to the gym. Same thing. So you can blend Western and Eastern however you want. Or go however you like to go. But there is something for everyone, particularly if you want to detoxify, and I have it for you. You just need to connect with me.
Right. One more time, slowly, so we can everybody can get your website. Say it again slowly so we can put it on the caption at the bottom of the screen.
Okay. My website is blissfulliving4u.com.
All right, guys. So you heard from her. I want you guys to go and check her out. Get yourself together. Summer is coming up, and they are allowing you guys to get scheduled for your COVID-19 shots. I know some of y'all are scared, but I would recommend that, you go and get vaccine. But again, it's going to be your choice. Either way, make sure you take care of yourself. Go check out the website, and to your health. Guys, I want to let you all know that we broadcast every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you check your time zone. I'm Sandy White, the host of Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader, and we have been talking to the lovely Miss Rochelle Marie Lawson. And thank you for coming on our show. We had a great time. Until we meet again, my friends.